All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Naresh Mago and with me is VC Pramod. The headlines. Indian weightlifter Achinta Sheoli lifts record 313 kilograms, clinches gold medal in Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for making Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav a mass movement, urges people to take part in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Centre forms task force to monitor monkeypox situation in the country. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut arrested by Enforcement Directorate in money laundering case. Third edition of Vietnam-India bilateral army exercise ex-Winbacks 2022 to begin at Chandi Mandir in Haryana today. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Solih to arrive on a 4-day visit to India from today. And in cricket, second T20 international between West Indies and India to be played at Warner Park today. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Janotsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. Coming to our 101st question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz in English. Name the freedom fighter from Assam who was popularly known as Karmavir. I will repeat the question for you. Name the freedom fighter from Assam who was popularly known as Karmavir. Listeners can send their responses to the question over WhatsApp on 88265 46262. Repeat, 88265 46262 or through email on amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. Indian weightlifting contingent's dream run at the Commonwealth Games 2022 in Birmingham continued as India's 73-kilogram representative Achinta Sheoli bagged the gold medal in his event. The 20-year-old claimed the yellow medal with a combined effort of 313 kilograms, which includes 143 kilograms in snatch and 170 kilograms in clean and jerk. India have been performing exceptionally well in weightlifting as the contingent has already bagged 6 medals in this edition of the friendly games. Mirabai Chanu and Jeremy Lal Renunga claimed a gold medal apiece, while Bindya Rani Devi and Sanket Sargar picked up silver medals. The only bronze to date under India's tally in Birmingham came from Guru Raja Pujari. With Sheoli's victory, India now have 3 gold, 2 silver and a bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games 2022.
President Draupadi Murmu has congratulated Achinta Sheoli on winning the gold medal. In a tweet, Ms. Murmu said, Achinta Sheoli has made India proud by winning gold and making the tricolour fly high at the Commonwealth Games. She said Achinta Sheoli immediately overcame the failure in one attempt and topped the lineup. The President said he is the champion who has created history. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Achinta Sheoli on winning the gold medal. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said he is delighted that the talented Achinta Sheoli has won a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. He said Achinta is known for his calm nature and tenacity, and he has worked very hard for this special achievement. The Prime Minister conveyed best wishes to him for his future endeavours. Sharing a video, Mr. Modi said before the Indian contingent left for the Commonwealth Games, he had interacted with Achinta Sheoli and they had discussed the support Achinta received from his mother and brother. The Prime Minister hoped that Achinta gets time to watch a film now that the medal has been won.
In hockey, Relentless India got their Commonwealth Games 2022 campaign off to a flying start as they defeated Ghana in their first game after scoring a total of 11 goals in Birmingham. As many as 8 Indians managed to score the goals, but the star of the show was Vice-Captain Harmanpreet Singh as he scored a hat-trick. This was India's first match at CWG 2022. India will take on hosts England today, followed by matches against Canada on Wednesday and Wales on Thursday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said it will be a splendid and historic moment when India completes 75 years of its independence next month. The Prime Minister called countrymen lucky who've been born in a free country. Sharing his thoughts in the Mann Ki Baat program, Mr. Modi said the 91st episode of the program is very special as it comes just before completing 75 years of India's independence.
मन की बात का ये 91वां एपिसोड है। हम लोगों ने पहले इतनी सारी बातें की हैं, अलग अलग विषयों पर अपनी बात साझा की है, लेकिन इस बार मन की बात बहुत खास है। इसका कारण है इस बार का स्वतंत्रता दिवस, जब भारत अपनी आजादी के 75 वर्ष पूरे करेगा। हम सभी बहुत अद्भुत और ऐतिहासिक पल के गवाह बनने जा रहे हैं। ईश्वर ने ये हमें बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य दिया है। आप भी सोचिए, अगर हम गुलामी के दौर में पैदा हुए होते तो इस दिन की कल्पना हमारे लिए कैसी होती। गुलामी से मुक्ति की वो तड़प, पराधीनता की बेड़ियों से आजादी की वो बेचैनी कितनी बड़ी रही होगी। वो दिन जब हम हर दिन लाखों लाख देशवासियों को आजादी के लिए लड़ते, जूझते, बलिदान देते देख रहे होते, जब हम हर सुबह इस सपने के साथ जग रहे होते कि मेरा हिंदुस्तान कब आजाद होगा, और हो सकता है हमारे जीवन में वो भी दिन आता जब वंदे मातरम और भारत माँ की जय बोलते हुए हम आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए अपना जीवन समर्पित कर देते, जवानी खपा देते।
The Prime Minister expressed happiness on Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav becoming a mass movement. He highlighted that people from all walks of life and every section of the society are participating in different programs connected with the Amrit Mahotsav.
साथियों, आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव में हो रहे इन सारे आयोजनों का सबसे बड़ा संदेश यही है कि हम सभी देशवासी अपने कर्तव्य का पूरी निष्ठा से पालन करें। तभी हम उन अनगिनत स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों का सपना पूरा कर पाएंगे, उनके सपनों का भारत बना पाएंगे। इसलिए हमारे अगले 25 साल का ये अमृतकाल हर देशवासी के लिए कर्तव्य काल की तरह है। देश को आजाद कराने हमारे वीर सेनानी हमें ये जिम्मेदारी देकर गए हैं और हमें इसे पूरी तरह निभाना है।
Mr. Modi said that an interesting endeavour has been undertaken this month called Azadi Ki Railgadi or Railway Station. The Prime Minister spoke about the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign which is being held under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के तहत 13 से 15 अगस्त तक एक स्पेशल मूवमेंट हर घर तिरंगा का आयोजन किया जा रहा है। इस मूवमेंट का हिस्सा बनकर 13 से 15 अगस्त तक आप अपने घर पर तिरंगा जरूर फहराएं या उसे अपने घर पर लगाएं। तिरंगा हमें जोड़ता है, हमें देश के लिए कुछ करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है। मेरा एक सुझाव ये भी है कि 2 अगस्त से 15 अगस्त तक हम सभी अपनी सोशल मीडिया प्रोफाइल पिक्चर में तिरंगा लगा सकते हैं। अब जानते हैं 2 अगस्त का हमारे तिरंगे से एक विशेष संबंध भी है। इसी दिन पिंगली वेंकैया जी की जन्म जयंती होती है, जिन्होंने हमारे राष्ट्रीय ध्वज को डिजाइन किया। मैं उन्हें आदर पूर्वक श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं। अपने राष्ट्रीय ध्वज के बारे में बात करते हुए मैं महान क्रांतिकारी मैडम कामा को भी याद करूंगा। तिरंगे को आकार देने में उनकी भूमिका बेहद महत्वपूर्ण रही है।
हर घर तिरंगा, हर मन तिरंगा,
हर घर तिरंगा, हर मन तिरंगा,
लहराएंगे हम सब मिलके अपने घरों पे तिरंगा।
Mr. Modi spoke about an event held under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in Meghalaya earlier this month, where people remembered the brave warrior of the state, U. Tirot Singh, on his death anniversary. The Prime Minister highlighted various melas and fairs held across the country in this edition of Mann Ki Baat. He spoke about the Minjar Mela of Chamba, which is going on right now. Minjar Mela is celebrated when flowers bloom on the maize. The Prime Minister shared the success stories of the Indian toy industry and gave the credit to the youth, startups and entrepreneurs. He said that when it comes to Indian toys, the echo of vocal for local is being heard everywhere. Mr. Modi stated that the number of toys coming from abroad into India is continuously decreasing. Mr. Modi hailed P.V. Sindhu and Neeraj Chopra for their recent successes in World Athletics Championship. He said it is a great honor for India to host the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai. The Prime Minister also extended his best wishes to the players and athletes representing India in Commonwealth Games.
क्लासरूम हो या खेल का मैदान, आज हमारे युवा हर क्षेत्र में देश को गौरवान्वित कर रहे हैं। चेन्नई में 44वें चेस ओलंपियाड की मेजबानी करना भी भारत के लिए बड़े ही सम्मान की बात है। 28 जुलाई को ही इस टूर्नामेंट का शुभारंभ हुआ है और मुझे इसकी ओपनिंग सेरेमनी में शामिल होने का सौभाग्य मिला। उसी दिन यूके में कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स की भी शुरुआत हुई। युवा जोश से भरा भारतीय दल वहां देश को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है। मैं सभी खिलाड़ियों और एथलीट्स को देशवासियों की ओर से शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
In the Lok Sabha today, a discussion is scheduled on price rise. The lower house is also scheduled to take up the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2022 and the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021 for discussion today. In the Rajya Sabha, the Weapons of Mass Destruction and their Delivery Systems, Prohibition of Unlawful Activities Amendment Bill 2022 and the Indian Antarctic Bill 2022 scheduled to be taken up for discussion today. Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Amit Shah said that the BJP will face 2024 parliamentary elections under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and form the government for the third time. Addressing valedictory session of the two-day joint National Executive Committee, BJP's 7 National Frontal Organization in Patna yesterday, Mr. Shah said the charismatic pull of PM Modi and the work done by the central government will help the BJP to win more seats in the next parliamentary elections.
Shiv Sena Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Raut was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate ED at midnight in Mumbai after hours of searches at his residence. He was questioned for over 6 hours by the ED officials in the alleged Patra Chaul land scam case. Raut's brother Sunil Raut, while confirming the Sena leader's arrest, lashed out at the BJP and alleged that since they are afraid of him, they got him arrested. Sunil Raut, however, said that the ED has not given them any documents regarding his arrest. He also alleged that Sanjay Raut has been framed. Sanjay Raut, who is also the chief spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, will be produced in court today at 11:30 a.m.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Indian weightlifter Achinta Shirley lifts record 313 kilograms, clinches gold medal in Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for making Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav a mass movement, urges people to take part in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Centre forms task force to monitor monkeypox situation in the country. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut arrested by Enforcement Directorate in money laundering case. Third edition of Vietnam-India Bilateral Army Exercise ex-Winbacks 2022 to begin at Chandi Mandir in Haryana today. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Soli to arrive on a 4-day visit to India from today. And in cricket, second T20 international between West Indies and India to be played at Warner Park today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग हेतु संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Centre has formed a task force in the wake of monkeypox cases in India to monitor and provide guidance to the government on the expansion of diagnostic facilities and to explore vaccination for the infection in the country. The decision was made during a meeting yesterday, which was attended by Cabinet Secretary, Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan, Additional Secretary PMO, and other senior officials. India has reported 4 monkeypox cases so far, 3 in Kerala and 1 in Delhi. A week ago, the WHO had declared the viral zoonotic disease as a global emergency. An antiviral agent developed for the treatment of smallpox has also been licensed for the treatment of monkeypox. Talking to AIR News, Member Health Niti Aayog Dr. V.K. Paul said the government has set up a network of 15 ICMR laboratories to deal with the problem of monkeypox.
जब से मंकी पॉक्स के ये केसेस आने शुरू हुए, थोड़ा थोड़ा दिखने शुरू हुआ भारत के देशों में कुछ हफ्तों से, भारत सरकार ने पूरी तैयारी करा है और इसके साथ साथ एक लेबोरेटरीज का नेटवर्क डायग्नोसिस के लिए कर दिया गया है। आईसीएमआर की 15 लेबोरेटरीज वो फंक्शनल है, उसमें डायग्नोसिस हो रहा है। वो लेबोरेटरीज देश के 7 हिस्सों में है और रिएजेंट्स की कोई कमी नहीं है और जैसे जैसे जरूरत पड़ेगी और बढ़ोतरी करी जाएगी। जो हमारा नॉर्मल सर्वेलेंस का सिस्टम है, जो आईडीएसपी का डिजीज सर्वेलेंस सिस्टम है, उसको पूरा चौकन्ना कर दिया गया और वो सारे देश में वो व्याप्त है कि ऐसे ही बीमारी के लक्षण वाले व्यक्ति अगर दिखाई देते हैं तो उनको फिर वो जैसे आगे प्रक्रिया, उनके कॉन्टैक्ट की क्या करना है, कैसे उसको आगे बढ़ाना है जो काम है। इसी प्रकार जो इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवलर्स हैं उनके ऊपर भी नजर रखी जा रही है।
The third edition of Vietnam-India Bilateral Army Exercise Ex-Winbacks 2022 will begin today at Chandi Mandir in Haryana. It will continue till the 20th of August. The exercise is a sequel to previously conducted bilateral exercise in Vietnam in 2019 and a major milestone in strengthening the bilateral relations between India and Vietnam. India and Vietnam share a comprehensive strategic partnership, and defense cooperation is a key pillar of this partnership. Vietnam is an important partner in India's Act East policy and the Indo-Pacific vision.
The joint military exercise Al-Najah 4 between contingents of Indian Army and the Royal Army of Oman is also starting from today at the foreign training node of the Mahajan Field Firing Range in Bikaner, Rajasthan. It would conclude on the 13th of August. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Sohli will arrive in New Delhi today afternoon on a 4-day visit to India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold talks with Mr. Sohli tomorrow. Several agreements are expected to be signed after the talks. Mr. Sohli is also scheduled to meet President Draupadi Murmu tomorrow at Rashtrapati Bhavan. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will call on the Maldivian President today. Mr. Sohli is also scheduled to visit Mumbai on Wednesday. We spoke to former diplomat Shilkant Sharma.
I think the first and foremost is the readiness of India to reach out to all our neighbors, in particular to Maldives. India has reached out to Maldives in helping Maldives develop its economy, its infrastructure, and a huge array of projects have been supported by India. And India has no axe to grind in that sense. It doesn't intend to derive any exterior or ulterior advantages from its engagement with Maldives, except that as a neighbor, Maldives should have the highest comfort level with India and vice versa.
And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
The non-cooperation movement was initiated by the Indian National Congress led by Mahatma Gandhi on the 1st of August 1920 against the Rowlatt Act. It is said that the Home Rule movement that was started by Annie Besant and Bal Gangadhar Tilak exactly 4 years ago on the 1st of August 1916 set the stage for the non-cooperation movement. Both movements form an integral part of the history of the struggle for independence in India.
The essential feature of the non-cooperation movement was that it was a peaceful and non-violent one, keeping with the principles of Gandhiji. On the 22nd of February 1922, in Chauri Chaura, Uttar Pradesh, the non-violent protest was disrupted and 22 policemen were killed, leading to suspension of the movement by Gandhiji.
Despite the movement's failure to achieve Swaraj, it was a remarkable movement in which the people were united like never before. It was truly a mass movement involving a huge number of people, even in remote villages and towns. The movement shocked the British administration and uplifted the spirits of millions of Indians.
We also remember Gandhian freedom fighter Narayan Chaudhary, who was born on the 1st of August 1895 at Neemkathana area of Rajasthan. He dedicated over 3 decades of his life to India's independence struggle and spent 6 years in jail for fighting against the British Empire and for the people oppressed by the princely states in Rajasthan.
Narayan Chaudhary joined Kranti Dal while receiving education in engineering at the Maharaja College, Jaipur. He was drawn by the revolutionary principles of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Aurobindo Ghosh, Giuseppe Mazzini, Swami Vivekanand, among others. His life took a turn towards non-violent revolution after he heard Gandhiji's speech in Calcutta in 1915 as a student.
Narayan rejected the offers of scholarship and foreign education, instead choosing to educate the young minds. In 1917, he joined Jamnalal Bajaj and started teaching at the Marwadi Education Society at Wardha.
On the suggestion of Gandhiji, Narayan went back to Rajasthan and created the Rajasthan Seva Sangh with the aid of Vijay Singh Pathik, Shobhalal Gupta, Maniklal Verma, Haribhai Kinkar and Bhavarlal. The chief purpose of Rajasthan Seva Sangh was to uplift the poor and downtrodden of Rajasthan and work in tandem with the landless labourers of the region.
Since 1920, both Narayan and his wife Anjana Devi started living on the principles of aparigraha and austerity. They accepted khadi as integral parts of their lives. The Salt March brought a new flavor of valor, strength and responsibility in the life of Narayan. During the Salt March, Narayan took the administrative responsibilities of the Sabarmati Ashram.
He later joined Gandhiji at Dandi on the 5th of April 1930. On Gandhiji's advice, he soon left for Ajmer and urged the salt producers to defy the law. Narayan was arrested after this speech and sent to Ajmer Central Jail.
Narayan actively participated in the Quit India movement in 1942 in Ajmer and was arrested for 3 years. After his release from prison, Narayan moved to Sabarmati Ashram and translated a bulk of Gandhian literature.
After independence, Narayan dedicated his life to social work and writing. He passed away in Ajmer on the 4th of April 1989. AIR News salutes the Gandhian nationalist Narayan Chaudhary.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
अब हर घर की छत पर शान से फहरेगा तिरंगा, गुनगुनाए जाएंगे नव विकास के गीत, आन बान शान का प्रतीक राष्ट्रध्वज तिरंगा। आइए आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के पावन अवसर पर इस स्वाधीनता दिवस हर घर फहराते हैं तिरंगा और लेते हैं भव्य और सशक्त भारत के निर्माण का संकल्प।
आइए हर घर फहराएं तिरंगा।
In cricket, the second T20 international between the West Indies and India will be played today at the Warner Park in Bastaire, St. Kitts. The match will start at 8 p.m. Indian time. India currently lead the 5-match series by a 1-0 margin. In the first game, India beat the West Indies by 68 runs at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad. The third T20 international between India and the West Indies will also be played at St. Kitts Warner Park tomorrow. The last two T20s will be played in Florida, United States of America. A flood-like situation has arisen in Hanumangarh district of Rajasthan due to heavy rains. Pumps have been used in Sangaria and Rawatsaar to drain water. District Collector Nathmal Didale has declared a one-day holiday in government and private schools.
In Kerala, a domestic tourist lost his life while a local youth was swept away in separate rain-related incidents in Kollam and Pathanamthitta districts yesterday. As heavy rain continues to lash the state, incidents of landslides and flash floods have been reported from several parts. Orange alert has been issued to 7 districts including Thiruvananthapuram, Ernakulam and Idukki today. People have been advised to avoid travel to high ranges and remain on high alert. The Indian Met Department has warned that monsoon in the state will intensify from today under the impact of a cyclonic vortex prevailing over the central South Bay of Bengal.
Now let us have a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be 32 degrees. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Chennai will have a thunderstorm with rain. The maximum temperature will be 35 degrees. Kolkata will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Srinagar will have a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Jammu will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Leh and Gilgit will have a generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Muzaffarabad will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Visakhapatnam will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Hyderabad will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Bengaluru will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Guwahati, Itanagar, Imphal, Shillong, Kohima, Aizawl and Itanagar will have generally cloudy skies.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. The front pages of newspapers have featured stories of PM Narendra Modi's Mann Ki Baat yesterday. Azadi celebrations turning into mass movement. Modi reads a headline in Hindustan Times. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut's questioning by the Enforcement Directorate is widely covered. ED raids Sena MP Raut's Mumbai residence. He alleges it's a frame-up, writes the Tribune. ED arrests Raut after day-long raid in money laundering case, reports the Times of India. Illegal cash, Jharkhand MLAs held. Colleague blames Sarma. Congress legislators placed under arrest in West Bengal, writes the Indian Express. The Pioneer on its front page carries a picture of India's Jeremy Ralrindunga atop the podium posing for photographs after winning the gold medal in the men's 67kg category weightlifting event at the Commonwealth Games 2022 in Birmingham. Festive season may see break from price surges. Consumer firms hint at a breather as costs decline is a headline in the Business Standard. Double July boost. Coolest in 5 years, cleanest air since 2020, says the Times of India. And finally, under the headline, Picture is clear, TV's not dead. Business Standard writes that as TV gets a resurrection online, the simplicity of its model keeps it going.
Before we end the bulletin, a reminder of today's question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Name the freedom fighter from Assam who was popularly known as Karmavir. Repeat, name the freedom fighter from Assam who was popularly known as Karmavir. WhatsApp your response on 88265-46262. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Indian weightlifter Achinta Shively lifts record 313 kilograms, clinches gold medal in Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for making Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav a mass movement, urges people to take part in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Centre forms task force to monitor monkeypox situation in the country. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut arrested by Enforcement Directorate in money laundering case. Third edition of Vietnam-India Bilateral Army Exercise Ex-Winbacks 2022 to begin at Chandi Mandir in Haryana today. President of Maldives Ibrahim Mohammed Solih to arrive on 4-day visit to India from today. And in cricket, second T20 international between West Indies and India to be played at Warner Park today. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.